Well, welcome back to Hunting for Glory podcast. Cheers to that. What are we drinking today? A little Sazzy?
A little Sazerac. It's delicious.
It's a rye. So, well, might as well lead into that, right?
I like that.
So, you like the bourbons, ryes? What do you like better?
Man, to be honest, you got me into the ryes. I don't know. I can't. All of a sudden, I just couldn't drink beer anymore. It just started like bloating me and whatever, and so I just started drinking just whiskey.
Yeah.
And then I got into scotch for a little bit, and now it's rye. I'm rye all the way.
Delicious.
Loving it.
Straight too. I would have. A lot of people like it neat. I like it with a little ice, but
Dude, just put it. I'm telling you, put a rock on it. Let it mellow for like 5 to 6.5 minutes, and it's magical. I could
see
drink
now
it
you
all
get a lot
day.
of shit for that because people will tell you watered down your drink.
You know, I used to give a damn, but I never gave a fuck.
All right. So speaking of ryes, which rye you like the best? I mean, obviously, Sazzy's
No,
good.
probably Redwood Empire.
Yeah, that's
Redwood is like that, and High West is the ultimate right now. Like,
and they're priced good.
It was like $35.
Right.
You can't beat that. I mean, of course, there's better stuff out there, but for the price,
Michter's is a good one too.
yeah, Michter's is awesome. But there was that 50, 60, 70
yeah,
bottle.
around 50, 55.
Yeah, but for this, for $35, dude, I drink this, bring it to a party, whatever.
It's a go-to.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's a definite go-to.
Strong.
Now, all right, so we say the bourbons. I mean, a lot of guys like the bourbons, but like you said, I'm a rye guy too. I mean, and it makes a hell of a Manhattan.
It does. It's delicious.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
Well, I might have had another thing.
Drink too after all this talk's making me thirsty.
So, no, let's get into this. I know you do Maximus promotions.
Correct.
How many do you do a year?
We do 4 shows a year, so quarterly, pretty much. We've done 15 already, our 16th show.
All located in the Midwest, correct?
Yeah, all located in the Midwest as of right now. We looked at doing some shows, some other regions and states. We're going to get there. First, I want to get everything dialed in 100%, which we are. And we run a fantastic show. Not just like to my own horn or anything, but I took what I've learned fighting on the biggest stages in the world, and I've implemented that to our show, whether it's from the lights, the cameras, the fireworks, the introductions, the ring announcer, the pay-per-view. I mean, we have our own app. It's on Apple and Android. You download the Maximus Promotion app. We have rankings on there. You could order the pay-per-view. You could buy tickets off there. We really take it to a whole different level. And my really good friend, I always got to shout him out, is Will. Will Seaman. He is truly like, he's a fucking genius. He's like,
he helped you with this.
Oh, I mean, the apps and the pay-per-view. I mean, we had a pay-per-view company, and this guy, literally, this is what he does for pay-per-view. I mean, the guy is a complete piece of shit.
What does your pay-per-view cost? So say someone can't come. What does it usually cost?
It's $35.
Right.
$35 for a pay-per-view. But I mean, no one, and I'll say it, like, we run one of the best pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Like, obviously besides UFC and other high-end promotions, but like, we run it is so, we have so many camera angles. Kevin from I'm forgetting the name of his company. But he's the one that kind of runs it. Will does all the pay-per-view, and like I was saying, the guy that we were using before, this guy was just a piece of shit. He would like charge. He would always go out. He would always ruin it. He's just a snake of a human being.
Right.
And
he was a me person.
He was. And man, Will's like, dude, I can figure it out. I'm like, really?
Yeah.
Like, dude, it's pay-per-view. Like, dude, we're gonna lose a lot of money if you fuck this up. And man, first show, and every show we've had like maybe one small problem, but the first show he had 0 problems.
So you say first show, what are you now on? I know September
6th is our next one. That's the 16, Maximus 16.
Maximus 16, okay.
Yeah.
So you've done 16 of them.
Yeah, we've done 16 of them. Man, I fly in people all across North America so far, Canada, Mexico.
And this is an amateur show.
Yes, we're a solely amateur show at the moment, but honestly, we run a professional level production, and the fights are at a professional level as well. Like these guys that are fighting, like this guy Cody, he's 22 22, I think, 22-3 with like 15 knockouts. You know, he's obviously on the verge of being pro. Teddy, you know, she's I think 21-4 or something like that. She's on the verge. I mean, there's so many people that fight for Maximus Promotions that are right there on the cusp. And like we do have people that come out there for their first fight, right. and that's fine. And just you can always tell, and it's so cool, is the intensity of like looking in a fighter's eyes. Like they know they're on a big platform. They're not right. in a gymnasium. They're not at these little rinky-dinky shows where, you know, the production is shit. It's just a little local yokel show. Like they can feel the cameras.
Plus you got how many people are...
You know, we got 1,000+ people there.
Right.
And they could just feel the presence. And I'm telling you, when you're under that much pressure, you just perform at a different level. Like you really dig
So
deep.
now you're saying that, so I got to ask. So I know you fought professionally and stuff like that. So when you're in the ring, okay, and that other person is across, okay, and you guys do your stare downs and all that shit and whatever and try to freak someone out. But can you really tell from looking in someone's eyes if they're scared or if they're a psycho?
100%.
Yeah.
But so here's the thing. When I would stare down people, you know, like at the weigh-ins, I would stare them right in their fucking eye. Right, I want to see their soul.
Right,
and I'm not flinching.
Right,
you know, I give you that look that hey, I'm coming. Yeah, I'm coming to get you.
Right,
and then but on the night of the fight, because that makes you like get your heart going. It makes you emotional. And on the night of the fight, when they call you to the center or whatever you're there, to be honest, I stare at my opponent's chest.
Yeah.
I don't stare him in the eyes.
Why is that?
Because I don't want to get emotional. I have a job to do.
Okay.
I enjoy hurting people. Right. And I want people to hurt me. I'm completely comfortable with it. A lot of my best friends, like we hurt each other.
Right.
Like I want that. Like I don't have to be angry or mad to want to hurt someone. Like at the end of the day, I have a job to go out there and my job is to win.
Right.
And I don't want to get emotional because when you start to get too heavily involved emotionally, you start making a little more irrational decisions. You start trying to chase knockouts, chase certain things. No, I want to be on my job. I don't need to be pissed off or upset or angry or wanting, like, I already want to do that all the time. And my best, I was just stare at people's chest. And a lot of times people would be like, I could see their chest just fluctuating. I was like, oh, they're nervous.
Yeah.
They're nervous right
now. Yeah, but you're nervous going into every fight, correct?
Oh, for sure, 100%. I got 50, 60 fights. I lost count, but I was scared shitless before every single one of them. Every single one of them. My mama didn't raise no bitch.
Right.
And I'm a soldier up. And honestly, like as scary as that moment is, it made me feel so alive. It was better than any drug, any woman, anything I've ever experienced. Just in there, fighting another human being with the eyes on you. You trained for it, you prepped for it, and then to go in there and just to lay it all on the line.
Well, the training you guys go through
it's fucking brutal. Dude, what it leads up to get to that point
right.
is something that I actually miss. I used to hate training camps and the dieting and all the bullshit, but man, I miss the thrill of the hunt and being hunted. Huh. Exactly.
And now that's why you hunt, right?
Yeah, that's why I hunt. That's why
look at that, because you're retired and you got to do something else.
Yeah, you got to do something else with your mind. And, you know, especially when you go from, you know, I was doing it 15 years and I was literally waking up at 4 or 5 in the morning, training for a couple hours in the morning.
Right.
And then I'd go to work all day, run my business. And then I'd come home, you know, maybe eat. And then I'd go back in the gym every single night, spend time with my kids, whatever. And then I'd go back in the gym every night from like 8 to like 10, 10:30.
But you got paid for it, though.
When
you fought, correct?
Yeah, well, when I fought pro.
Right.
But I did it for a while as an amateur, and you don't make shit.
Right.
And, like, not only that, like, you know, if I get injured, like, man, like, I run my own business. Like,
you can't work during the day, and then you can't fight, right?
So I'm fucked.
You're doubly fucked.
Yeah, so, like, but the thing is, though, life is short, man. It's in my heart to fight, and it's what God put me on this earth to do. And, like, man, I'm going to chase my dream relentlessly. And yes, I did eventually get paid to fight. Like, for Glory, you know, was the most I've ever made.
Yeah.
And the most I think I made with them was, like, 20 stacks. Not much. You know, like, do you got coaches?
So that's going to lead into my question, which I wanted to ask you. And do you think these fighters today, like, you know, obviously the UFC fighters and all these other professional, they got bare knuckle. What else they got? PFL.
PFL, UFC. They got bare knuckle. I mean, there's a bunch of.
Do you think these fighters are getting paid enough money? like, okay, a football player, these basketball players, these baseball players are making astronomical signing these and I get it, okay? I mean, they're getting all the TV networks and all this network money, but I mean, for what the fighters do, I believe, I mean, I never was a fighter, but from what I enjoy the sport and I love watching it, but for what they put their bodies through and what they do, don't you think they should get paid more?
Yes. Yeah, I do. I definitely do. You know, UFC fighters, I think, and that's the biggest organization. That's MMA. If you're talking about like Muay Thai and kickboxing.
Even Muay Thai or kickboxing,
so
whatever
there's definitely not money in that. Like, I think at the most, like, glory, like, when I was, I don't even know I'm supposed to be disclosing my shit, but whatever. But at the most, I think I was going to get paid if I was champion is like $50,000.
Yeah.
$50,000 for a fight. Like, and then maybe like a win bonus of 20 or something. And then plus I got sponsorships. And like, that's if I'm the champion.
Right.
So then like, okay, let's say if I make a little over 100 stacks a year, fighting twice a year, that's not enough to provide. Like,
no, it's not.
You know, I got six kids.
Right.
That's not enough to provide.
No.
I mean, sure, maybe if I was a single dude living in a condo,
right.
You know, like, yeah, that's great. But like, and even Muay Thai, now you're going to Muay Thai. I was with kickboxing, but Muay Thai, there's even less money. And there's starting to be avenues to make more money. But the reality is there's not much money as being a fighter. Like, you have to be a high level fighter. I was blessed enough to have some really good sponsors that helped me take the time off work, that helped me travel. Because honestly, at the end of the day, I would have made more money if I would have just stayed and did my business. I sacrificed the money. I just knew I needed to make X amount of dollars
but that's
to do what I love to do.
Right, you loved it. That's why you did it. Necessarily at the time, it wasn't about the money. Correct?
No, it was never about the money for me. But now, if you're talking about UFC fighters, I think the first starting UFC fighters make 10-10, or I think it's 15-15, or 12. It's in between the 10 to win.
$10,000.
10,000 to show up, an extra 10 if you win.
Okay.
I think or it might be 12 and 12
for your first time fighting in the UFC?
For the first time.
Okay.
So like then you could obviously work your way up,
which is peanuts, but
which is nothing. I mean, so you're chasing this dream. You've put it all into it. You're fighting on these local shows, maybe getting a couple $1,000.
Right.
If you're a ticket seller, maybe you make some more. But like, what are you getting? It's such a rare thing to become like a high level professional fighter. It's very,
you're a
one
percenter.
100%.
Yeah.
And then like these guys, you know, like if they're getting 50 and 50, maybe they're fighting like what? And that's if they keep winning, right? So like obviously their values go up, but the UFC, I got to hand it to them from a business aspect. They're so big that like when they first initiated the Reebok deal, they always like, oh, the UFC is going to take a hit right now because they say, hey, you can't be sponsored anymore.
Right.
Well, you can't wear your sponsor logos.
But that was the thing with the shorts too, wasn't it?
Yeah, you can't put the logos on the shorts.
Right.
But you can still have sponsors, but you can't put them on your shorts anymore. So like all of a sudden, like a lot of these UFC fighters lost sponsor and they got the Reebok, and whatever Reebok would pay you is like I think how many fights you had. So I was like, oh, UFC is going to take a hit. You know, they're gonna like suffer a little. Like this is kind of crazy that they're doing it.
Right.
But they're the UFC.
Right.
You could fight in any other organization, but if you're not the champion in MMA and UFC, you're just champion in something.
Right. No, I
agree. If you're not fighting, the UFC is the mecca, and they have done a great job branding themselves, building that label that people were going to fight on Bellator and PFL and make more money. And make more money, but the UFC says no. Like this is what we are. We're the premier brand. So like even though people would make less with us, they still hold that status. Which I gotta say, phenomenal job for that. Not the best for the fighters, but you know some of these guys they do make $1 million for a fight. But if you compare to boxing,
boxing makes way more
money. The
boxers
boxers get way more.
I grew up watching boxing. Sugar Ray Leonard, Hearns.
Yeah.
Who am I missing? Hagler.
Yeah, dude. There's
Ali.
It's definitely, and if you look at the profit margins of the UFC compared to what they paid the fighters, is like it's
ridiculous.
Yeah, it's definitely a favorite.
It's a mogul. But
they built the brand. Dana built a brand. You know, they built the name. They came from. People didn't know what they were. They fucking built it up, and they did a great job. And now they're capitalizing on it. You know, people talked about having like a union for fighters and making sure fighters get fairly compensated. That they'll just sit you. They
teamed up too, didn't they? Just
They're trying to sue
WWE now.
Yeah, I think so. I think it's a smart move for them. Like, just as a business aspect, like WWE is massive, you know, and like those guys want to keep growing their brand. I think, you know, I think their deal with ESPN is done soon. I think, or whatever. I think they're with
ESPN, ESPN Plus, or whatever.
Yeah, but I think they might be going to Netflix, which would be hugely massive for them because I mean Netflix is massive.
Oh yeah,
and then to have their fights on that, like they're just gonna UFC. Like I said, they've done a phenomenal job with their marketing.
They set the model.
They really did.
They
now
set the model.
They can ask for whatever they want and do whatever they want, and no one's going to bat a fucking eye.
Right.
So, props to them.
All right. So speaking of your promotions, okay, we're going to go back to that. We got the 6th coming up, September 6th. So how many fights do you generally have on your promotions? I know you do a jiu-jitsu quintet. We've already talked about that before, but... you do Muay Thai fights as well.
Correct.
And then you
MMA
do
now.
full MMA, correct?
Yeah, we do MMA now.
Okay, so you come to your show, you can see a variety of stuff.
Yeah, you see like a night of martial arts action, which is really cool, I think. You know, it's like you get to see like quintets, you get to see jiu-jitsu, you get to see a mixture. And sometimes we have combat jiu-jitsu, which is jiu-jitsu, the same thing, but people, when you're on the ground, people could slap you.
Right.
Straight up open hand slaps, which adds another, you know, a realm of another level of the sport.
Right.
And then you have, you know, kickboxing. We do K1 now, which is no clinch. And then you...
But in Illinois, when you have the events, though, let's go back to the Muay Thai real quick. No elbows, correct?
No elbows. No elbows.
That's Illinois' law.
Yeah, that's Illinois' law. Illinois, it's such a... Illinois is so outdated with it. I mean... You go to like Indiana, anywhere else. I think we're the only state in the whole country that doesn't allow amateurs with elbow pads to fight with.
So why
elbows.
is that? Because of more susceptible to injury?
Well, yes and no. I mean, the thing is, like, people don't really even know how to use them. I mean, but you'll let. What blows my mind is, right? They'll let someone kick someone in the head, bare shin.
Right.
Bare shin. I could take my leg and kick you in the face, but I can't hit you with an elbow. With an elbow pad on, that's insane.
Yeah, it don't make any sense.
It's old. It's the old way. There's politics involved.
Right.
Unfortunately, like we've been working on it for years to try to get it changed. I feel like we're close. We're definitely closer than we were. A lot of people are like, you know, they just flee Illinois. You know, they're like, oh, I'm tired of Illinois and blah blah blah, and like they just bitch about them.
Everybody's leaving Illinois.
But the thing is though, like, how is something going to change if you don't stay and work on it? And that's what we've done.
Right.
Like we're not little chicken shits. We don't just sit here and run away from our problem. Like I'm not the type of person that just runs away from his problems. I face them on and I figure them out and I keep working them until I get what I want, until I accomplish my mission. And I think eventually it'll get there. But we have this incredible night of martial art action, and we usually do like around 15 fights, something like that, maybe 12. But then we have obviously the combat jiu-jitsu. We have the quintets, the regular jiu-jitsu. So it's a full night of action. I'm really, really excited. This one it's very cool. It's I don't know if it'll be our main event yet, but this girl Teddy, she's one of my fighters actually. She's 21 or 22 and 3 or 4 or something like that. She's 110 pounds, 108. She fights at. But she's very talented. I found this girl from Mexico. This girl's a killer. She's very good. Pan Am champion. I mean, won plenty of bouts. International flavor right here. It's like, and I'm really working on a couple big other fights. We have some other amazing fights on the card, from MMA titles to Muay Thai titles to K1 titles. I mean, I think we have 5 title fights that night. So it'll be.
So you're saying you really enjoy doing it?
I love it, man. I love promoting and giving back to the sport. The sport has given so much to me personally. Like, I wouldn't be who I am today and where I am today without the sport. And that's like, to me, it's like I want to give back. So this is my way of giving back.
Okay, so you're what, 39 now?
I'm 39. Yep.
You'll be 40 this year, correct?
Yep.
When did you retire?
I retired at 36 years old.
36.
Yep.
Okay. Why?
Well, man, Father Time is undefeated.
Yeah.
And like, man, at like 33, I think it was like 33, I quit drinking. Right. I noticed I was getting older, and my body is just not. responding.
I'm 53. I still haven't quit drinking, but go on. Stop
So
making excuses.
I quit for 3 years and 23 days.
Yeah.
And like, man, I went to organic. I did all this stuff to try to preserve my body.
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
I stayed in better shape too in between camps.
Yeah.
Man, I remember at 36, I was fucking 8-packed, ripped up.
Yeah.
Awesome shape.
How much you weigh?
187 pounds, 190.
What do you weigh now?
Ripped. I'm like too sexy.
Too sad. That's a good one.
So like, I stayed in awesome shape. But I'll tell you right now, towards the end, I was in the most pain I've ever been. My body physically, my back was killing me. My hips were done.
You can't recuperate.
No, like my stamina, my cardio wasn't getting there. I spent a lot of time in Thailand. You know, like I was just, it just told me it was time.
Yeah.
And as much as I wanted this to last forever, is like my dad told me he's like only a fool doesn't change with life.
And it's true.
And the time there's
Your
different
dad's right.
chapters of your life,
Yeah.
and as much as we want to stay in a certain chapter, you're going to get older. It's a part of life.
You evolve.
Only a fool tries to stay.
You evolve as a person. You
And-
become wiser. You become smarter. You become. I mean, I know you've been punched in the face a million, and kicked and whatever, but. No, you realized. I mean, this is just my opinion, but you probably realized it was time, and you know, it's like, why am I going to beat myself up anymore? But you took it to a whole different level and did the promotions and
did,
NMTA and whatever,
you know,
and the gym and all that. But
it did all that, and I had my last fight was in New York. I won 2 titles, world titles, and I fought this guy. Guy was young. I remember I was like in the back. I was the main event, and I'm like. I'm going through like ups and downs, right?
Yeah.
Like peaks and valleys. Like, you're like, I'm gonna fuck this dude up. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh fuck, what am I doing right now? I'm gonna get killed. Why am I doing this, man? You a little bitch. I'm like, I'm a fucking man. And then I'm riding it. Cause like you're sitting there through the night goes on and it's getting later and later and you're in the back, you're trying to stay calm. You're on this emotional roller coaster. And I'll never forget, I was literally, we get down there, we're about to be next up. I'm sitting in a chair right here. He's probably sitting where you are. There's like a doorway in between us.
who was coaching you?
My boy Ian Alexander, and Cody, Cody Corals, my boy, and Jose.
Okay,
they were my final corner, and I remember, like, and I knew I was gonna retire. I knew it. I didn't tell no one.
You knew you were going into the fight that you were retiring. That was your last fight.
That was my last fight.
Man, you didn't tell anybody.
I didn't tell. I told my son. I told Mac. I'm sorry, Titus. That was the only person.
Did you tell your wife?
Nope.
Nope. So you tell all the secrets of Titus.
Yeah, I told Titus my man. Titus my man. So I didn't tell.
Hope
no
you're
one.
hearing this, Titus.
So I didn't tell no one, and I'm sitting on this chair, and I'm fucking on a down point. I'm like, man, dude, you're older, your body, man. What if this happens? My hip, my back, my neck, and I'm like, man, what if this and that? And I'm like freaking out in my head. I'm like going through this panic motion. And I'm like, look at him. He looks so calm. I'm like, that motherfucker. I'm like, he's like 23, 24, 5 or something. I was like, look at him. Like, he's got nothing to lose. And I'm like.
And you were 36 at the time?
Yes, 36. And in my mind, I'm like, hold on a second. You got nothing to lose. Yeah. Let's kill this motherfucker. And I got like so worked up and pumped up in my head. Dude, when I went in there, from the moment the bell went, I came in like, I went at him hard.
Was that a knockout?
Yeah, there was a knockout. Dude, we were in the clinch in the first round. And I pried him like this. I pried his head, and like the rest, like breaking us. I'm just taking his head and I'm rubbing it on the ropes and shit, just letting him know I could fucking kill him. And just every moment of the fight, I was being nasty, and I was crushing hard low kicks. And then all of a sudden, he like went to check one, and I kicked him so hard, his other knee buckled and blew his ACL.
Oh Jesus!
Yeah.
And that was it.
That was it.
What round?
Second round.
So good. You went out.
Yeah, I went out.
You know, like
champion.
Bing, bing.
That's it. And the thing is, too, is like how many people, you know, I see like fighters, you know, they'll just hold on for too long.
Right.
And like, honestly, like, man, like, they were known as like this great fighter.
Well, yeah, I mean.
And then all of a sudden they get beat up by someone they shouldn't and this and that. And I'm like, I just knew I was getting older. Like, yeah, could I have still done it for a few more years?
But what's the point?
But, you know, like, I wasn't spending much time with my kids. My body's in pain. I'm missing my children grow up, because when I get in fight camp, I get a little crazy. I get locked in. I'm like, everything suffers in my life.
Everything else disappears.
Yep. My job, my businesses, my marriage, my kids. Right. Like, I just become a very focused, determined like individual.
Did what you did, and then your focus changed. And that's, so, that's life, though, as you get older. Like, you're 39, I'm 53. I'm, obviously a little bit older, but...
A little.
What is it, 14 years, 15 years?
One other thing. Right. So I remember, too, I was in Thailand right before I retired, and, like, I kind of was realizing I was just in so much pain. Yeah. Phenomenal shape, but just physically in pain. But one championship, which they're, like, one of the biggest organizations in the world for, like, MMA, like in Asia especially, and Muay Thai, and they do kickboxing. But they wanted to sign me. And then Glory, like, they got these crazy contracts that basically, like, it's a 2-year contract that obliges you to fight. Well, you can oblige.
Does they tell you how many fights you have to take?
They can oblige you to 6 fights.
Oh, jeez.
But you can oblige. I can oblige you to do anything. You don't have to do it.
Right.
So basically it's trick wording that says they don't have to give you shit.
Right.
But then it's a 2-year contract, and then plus another year negotiation period, plus another 3 months.
Yeah.
So it's really 39 months, not 24. Yeah. I was in like...
And you don't know who you're going to fight or whatever.
Well, no, I never turned down a fight. I don't give a fuck. No, I'd fight anyone. But it was like, dude, I was like, I'm month 37. And one's like, hey, you got to be completely out of your contract. So I reached out to Glory, talked to this guy, Robbie Timmers. That's right, Robbie, you motherfucker. But anyways, so like he ended up... he was like, yeah, Rich, I'll let you out.
Grab me the Sassy, will you? I'm a little thirsty.
He's like, yeah, Rich, I'll let you out. I was like, cool, thank you. Yeah. I really appreciate it, man. I'm older now. I'm not going to fight for much longer. I'd really want to do this, blah, blah, blah. So he ends up, he says he'll let me out. He didn't let me out.
Yeah.
He never let me out of my contract. So then I couldn't.
So what
sign
happens when he doesn't let you out of your contract?
I couldn't sign with one championship. So I was going to fight for them. So I ended up not fighting for them. And that's when I came back home and fought for a couple world titles, and then I ended up retiring. Right. But, I mean, who knows if I would have, I might have still been fighting. It's just crazy how life works out. But, you know, I think it all worked out for the better. I started the promotion. I started a not-for-profit. I started other businesses. My other businesses are running well. I got to spend more time with my children. I mean, it's...
Direction change.
It's been a blessing, you know? Like, one door closes, another one opens. There's always opportunities. It all depends how you're looking at things.
And you never burn a bridge.
No, I mean I might have burned one with Robbie.
Well, that's his problem, right? I mean, you know.
I mean, he's like one of the guys with Glory, but I'll tell you right now, man, that guy, like, I just know he's never liked me, and like whatever. I mean, it is what it is. But he, like, what he did to me in Thailand, like, I'll never forget that. Like, you fucking told me you were, and you fucking ghosted me then. Like,
that's not good.
No, this is terrible business.
But hey,
people.
It's his loss, you know. I mean, what are you gonna do?
No, that's it. So.